Yep.
Brian and a handsome 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to Convincing Idiots. So before the break, we were talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. And these have been out for a minute, but, more of a story in our local area that Devo is from our hometown area of Akron, Ohio, and Akron's promoting them on a Devo Day on April the 1st, this coming Thursday from when we're shooting this. So we just thought it was interesting. And then we started looking at the nominees, and we weren't sure how it kind of worked. So how many get in and all of that. So apparently this year there's 16 nominees. So they're selected by various panels and blah, blah, whatever, music industry people and stuff like that.
People like us.
That's right. Very, very influential. And then, fans can vote. So the fans' vote is not an automatic nomination. I was kind of worried about that because certainly people could just, put people in there that may not be quite as deserving right away. But
Justin
I guess
Guarini.
Sure, that's right.
How are the White Stripes not nominated yet?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't think they've been around long enough.
Maybe it's not quite their time yet. But anyway, so then apparently the fans can vote, and it must be some type of a part of the discussion process, and then the panel goes back in and revisits and debates, I'm sure, and all of that, and then they select. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a set number, but it says they typically will select just 5 or 6 out of the current list. Okay, so that's sort of how that works. So, and again, a very diverse group, one of the, if not the most diverse group of artists ever this year on the ballot. And again, you can make an argument for all of these. Frankly, you probably could do that with almost any year. So anyway, we thought we would pick, so if we had to pick 5 to get in, who would we choose? So again, the nominees are Mary J. Blige, Kate Bush, Devo, Foo Fighters, The Go-Go's, Iron Maiden, Jay-Z, Chaka Khan, Carole King, Fela Kuti. And if I'm saying that wrong, forgive me. I'm just not familiar with this artist. I'm sure, obviously, deserved to be here. LL Cool J, New York Dolls, Rage Against the Machine, Todd Rundgren, Tina Turner solo, and Dionne Warwick. I wonder if Dionne Warwick predicted that she would eventually be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not
Has to have.
in those old commercials and stuff in the 80s. So who are your 5 that you think should get in this year? Obviously, they could still be nominated again in the future. It's not one and done. So
right.
Who do you got, Dean?
And guys, before you say out loud, just remember how much weight our opinions carry.
Yes.
So choose wisely.
That's right.
Because some popular music industry critics may be listening with and waiting, to hear who we have to say.
Yes, there could be that one vote in South Korea. That one listener.
That's right. That's right.
One listener. Hi, if you're listening in South Korea.
Yeah. Hello, South Korean.
Yes. Dean's new glasses. He's got the new glasses.
I do.
This is very serious.
Got my new glasses.
This is very serious.
Very serious.
Yeah,
Very serious.
I do like that.
Okay.
But are those prescription glasses or are those more
They
readers?
are.
Okay.
No, well, readers. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah, I'm not quite at the length, having to see far away. It's all just kind of reading and whatnot.
Yeah, very good. It is fundamental. Thank you. All right.
That's what I hear.
Yes. Dean, who do you got? Who are your 5?
Well, since I just learned to read yesterday.
Excellent.
Out of all of them, I think we're going to go, first of all, Tina Turner. I'm surprised she wasn't in before. I guess she's in with Ike.
Yes.
But she is beyond, out of the whole list, if there's anybody deserving to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's Tina Turner.
She's definitely carved her own. I mean, that when you think
beyond
Tina
anybody
Turner,
else,
you don't ever even think of Ike and Tina. I mean, yeah, it's there. That's where it started. But Tina Turner has,
it shows
gone above and beyond.
Surprised,
right? Yeah, she's forged her own path for sure.
Yep.
And then kind of a B level of that, Dionne Warwick. So I would put her in as well.
Okay.
And then once again, see if you're going timeline, I'm going Carole King next. What she brought. And after Carole King, I have said for the last few years, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame won't be complete without the Foo Fighters and the White Stripes. So I don't know where the White Stripes are, if they're just not there in time. But
I didn't know you were such a big White Stripes fan.
Huge White Stripes fan.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm going Foo Fighters, and then just to bring the hometown flair to it, I'm going Devo for my 5th.
There you go.
All right.
Nick, who do you got?
I kind of basically went off of this is probably more like commercial appeal, I guess, and just these are the bands that jumped off the page at me that I was like, yeah, that's a shoo-in. So to follow Dean's lead there, Tina Turner is the easiest one, I think, to come up with and just say, obviously.
Yep.
Again, all shocked she wasn't in there already, just on her own. So Tina Turner, definitely. I don't need to go into that anymore. I also have Shaka Khan on my list. I think Shaka Khan is a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. And then, as we discussed at great length, Foo Fighters and Jay-Z may be, other than Tina, the biggest names commercially and as far as in pop culture and pop music in a broad way of saying pop music. Jay-Z and Foo Fighters. And then I have Iron Maiden, just because same thing, just the overall the dominance for so many years in the heavy metal genre. They, are kind of one of the more commercially successful heavy metal acts over the years. So legacy-wise, I'd have to go with Iron Maiden. So that is my 5. Foo Fighters, Jay-Z, Iron Maiden, Tina Turner, Shaka Khan.
Excellent. Yeah, very good. Yeah, this article here I'm reading, it's the Marvin Independent Journal. I don't know, but their comment about Tina Turner is if she doesn't get in this year, they should just board up the place and turn it into a Chili's or something like that. So I tend to agree. Yeah, so I think Tina Turner, I think we're unanimous there. I mean, definitely a super talented artist and very influential in her time, both as with Ike and as a solo artist. Absolutely huge in the 80s. She had a nice resurgence there, and one of my favorite artists in the early 80s for sure. Her videos, Anyway,
simply the best, you might say.
And how many of these other nominees were in a Mad Max movie? 0. That's the answer. Tina Turner, true. Nobody else. That's it, right? Yep. And she also sang the theme for the Thunderdome movie. So, I mean, come on.
There you have it.
Right? Yeah. I think that from just an overall influential in his genre, he's not necessarily music it's not my preferred music. It's okay, nothing wrong with it. But Jay-Z probably is from just an overall contribution to the music industry. He certainly is influential on his own. He has good music on his own, and he certainly helped, I'm sure, many artists along the way. So I'm sure, almost without question, that he will get in. So I'm just, just from an overall deserved.
I think he would have been my 6th.
Yeah. For me, Iron Maiden for sure. I mean, I got to pick Iron Maiden. I mean, like I said earlier, I wasn't necessarily into them as a kid because there was a lot happening there. But as I grew up and really started to listen and pay attention to what they were doing musically, some of the most talented hard rock musicians all the way around, every one of them.
Oh yeah.
And I can't think of the guy's name, but the bass players were the most incredible bass players I ever heard ever. I can't think of his name right now, but all the way around, definitely influential in the metal world. So, being a metal guy, Iron Maiden for me. What is that, 3? I'd like to see the Go-Go's get in.
I had initially written them down.
Yeah. I enjoyed their music growing up.
I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah, and you think about just from there, what they did with, an all-female band, rock band. They had good music, and they were all, again, another super talented band all the way around, from Belinda Carlisle's vocals to every woman was super talented at whatever she played. And they were certainly an influence for, think about a lot of these, young girls growing up and wondering, can I ever be, I can be in a band if I could sing, I could do that type of stuff. But these girls came out and said, we're playing instruments, we're doing this. and definitely an influence on a lot of female bands throughout
Sure.
the years. You know,
I
what
can
I'm
see
saying?
that. Yeah.
And then I'd love to see Devo get in just from the whole hometown and the.
Right.
Yeah, but I think Carole King, if I had to pick, I would do Devo maybe in the near future, and Carole King just from her overall songwriting, and the Foo Fighters I think are deserved as well, but I could see them getting in later. So that's my 5. So Tina Turner, Jay-Z, Go-Go's, Iron Maiden, and Carole King is what I got. So I think we had some overlaps here, guys. So
nice.
But unanimous
well, I think
for sure.
Tina Turner's definitely in there. So
Yeah, right.
we're good there.
Yeah.
If not, fuck them all.
Yeah,
that's right. So there you go. That's interesting there. All right. Let's see what else we got here.